Hello. I wanted to do an update really quick. The video I uploaded, like, I don't know, earlier about, the number one enemy with SSRI withdrawals, that was actually done like a few days ago. And I didn't upload it because I was busy. Anyway, that night, I called, okay, first of all, that night I was in my woman's cave and I was lying on a beanbag. Just in so much agonizing torture over those brain zaps. I was tired of the roller coaster because if you look through the videos, you're going to see me say, oh, it's bad, it's good, oh, it's bad, it's good. But that's because I gave myself a thumbs up every single time there was a little bit of relief. If there was a subtle improvement, I wanted to emphasize that because I want people to have hope. I don't want you to think that it's always going to be as bad as it is right now. Because I don't think that me, like, say, researching the internet and looking at all those horror stories was doing me any justice. It just wasn't. I'm sorry for that word flapping thing. I don't know. Anyway, basically, I did something really stupid. As I was lying there, just handling the zaps, I was thinking about all the people that it has impacted. My withdrawal off Paxil has hit families and their income for this Christmas season. And it sucks. If I had been on my feet, I could have done so much more. And that bugged me. It bugged me a lot, really bad. And it's like I'm dragging, okay, 5 weeks of pure hell. I was done. Done. I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. So I called the nurse's hotline and I told her that I was withdrawing from an SSRI. And I told her which. And she said, well, antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication isn't really addictive. And I'm like, really? And she had no idea. No idea whatsoever. And I had to basically talk to this nurse for like 10 minutes explaining everything. And then I guess she found what she was looking for in her data bank of information that she just kind of gives to people, and then she's like, okay, you should go to the urgent care the next day and see if you can get something to make you more comfortable, blah, blah, blah. And I was just really disappointed in the fact that, I'm talking to a medical professional and you don't know squat about SSRI withdrawals. And then thinking back to my psychiatrist, who is so pro-Paxil that the side effects that I was experiencing were being denied by him, where he wanted to blame it on Klonopin, when I knew clearly that it wasn't. Anyway, to make a long story short, I had been prescribed Zoloft earlier in the year. That prescription gave me 6 bottles that I didn't use. Anyway, maybe that would have prevented the anxiety attack. But it was a pediatric dose of 25 milligrams that I was given with a refill of 6. And I still have them. And I didn't use them. Because, I just didn't. And I had gotten it because I had went in for an injury to my tailbone, and basically, my blood pressure was a little high, and I did talk about my life, and he did prescribe me that, and I just kind of didn't really pay attention to it. I think I had a few nights, and it made me stay awake, and I didn't like it, but I had no problem getting off of it, not that I was on it for a long time. Anyway, so I had Zoloft in the house. So after 5 weeks of cold turkey, I reinstated an SSRI, which was 50 milligrams of Zoloft. That sent my brain right back into shock the next day. I was like I would feel no more zaps. I instantly got rid of the zaps, which was awesome. It was so cool. But there are these little pressure points where it feels like it's going to have a zap and it doesn't. And then you'll feel them more so and certain times, and then you'll just kind of stop talking. Like, I would be like, da 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 da. But as time went on, it eased up, and it adjusted perfectly. So, that's awesome for me, but don't do it yourself. You can't put enough emphasis on that. Don't do what I did. It was ignorant. It's so ignorant. And those who are familiar with SSRIs know it's ignorant. You know what could happen. Read about it. You know, I've read about it. You just, you know, you're supposed to be under some sort of medical, psychiatric kind of care, and I wasn't. And I refused. And that's my stubbornness and my stupidity. You know, I do feel better than I have the entire time. I feel great. I feel like I had before I ever took a Paxil pill. You know, I feel wonderful. I'm going to go out and shop for Christmas on Christmas Eve, and I'm going to, I don't know, drive 2 hours tomorrow to my hometown and just, hey, you know, I'm back. You know, I worked a couple of days and I made profit, and I'm just back to my old self, and that's what I wanted. And, you know, I figured that, you know, what I did would have been something that a doctor would have suggested anyway, but I am not a doctor. I'm not. And following my footsteps could possibly lead you in the wrong direction. You know, everybody's different. Everybody is different. And, I mean, I'll update because I plan on tapering off Zoloft shortly. I would like to be on it for a couple of weeks, and then, go from 50 to 25, and then we'll see what happens there. And hopefully I'll be completely off. But yeah, don't do what I did. I mean, don't. Please. You know, it was stupid. It was really stupid. And it was just a moment of desperation, and I was sick and tired of feeling the way I was feeling and dragging everybody else down. You know, just way too many people depending on me. But the risk I took was bad. What could have happened? I don't know. But yeah, you know, my brain totally went back into shock, and then it readjusted itself. And 4 days later, I am fine. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I would say I had good days, and they were good because there was improvements. There was progress. But it wasn't like this. Like, now I feel like how I felt before. But still, don't do what I did. Because you might not feel okay. And you definitely, I think I read somewhere that you shouldn't, you know, start another SSRI right after another because of certain withdrawal and problems that happen with that. And I don't think that it would have been the same turnout if I would have switched. You know, I think it would have been, I would have still went through the withdrawals. And I think the only reason why it's working out for me is because I did take those 5 weeks and suffered bad. And so it wasn't, you know, I don't know if I had long to go before the zaps would have stopped, but I probably did. You know, I've heard people who had those zaps for a couple of years, and I don't know, but I know that I've had 4 days with no zaps whatsoever, and that's the longest time I've been without, and I feel good. Like I said, I'm going to go out there today, I'm going to live my life, I'm going to do it, and I think I'm okay. But I'm, like, again, don't do what I did. Please don't do what I did. Never. If I ever post something, don't follow my advice. Holy shit. Don't. You know, I just don't. It's bad. You know, I just get bad advice. Really bad advice, especially with, like, this kind of stuff. So, any kind of substance, just don't take my word for it. Go to your doctor. Okay? That's it. I just wanted to give you an update and let you know what I did and how I'm feeling, which is pretty good. Again, don't do what I did. I can't stress that enough. Please don't. Thank you. Anyways, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.